So, hey guys, this is Arnav Kulkarni from RPM Talks. We are Nashik's first and leading automotive digital media agency. And this is our first podcast series where we'll be having discussions with and interviewing some of the most prominent names in the Indian automotive scene. And this would be to provide good content to you and provide exposure to everyone. So, on our first episode, on our pilot episode, we have Omkar Rane from DO Motorsports, and he does some fascinating work with the customization of cars and all those performance modes. And I think it would be better if I let him introduce himself. So, here to you, Omkar.
Hi, my name is Omkar Rane. I run a establishment called D&O Motorsports. We are basically an engineering unit. So we design, engineer parts from scratch. That includes everything from your suspension components to exhaust systems to performance modification or complete vehicle builds. So we provide basically complete automotive and motorsport solution to all types of automotive related issues, mostly engineering related issues, like from making your cars ride comfortable to making it handle well on a racetrack. So we cover up almost all the aspects, be it relative to making parts or combining of them all together and making the entire package work. And we manage doing this by gathering all Indian engineers. So we have around seven engineers who are from Mumbai itself, and they are from various colleges and play various roles. So it's more sort of utilizing the homegrown talent and learning and developing throughout the process.
Well, that seems really good, Nafem. I'm really impressed that we have something like this going on in our country. So, what do you
Right.
think is your main aim, your main goal at DNO Motorsports?
The main goal is to establish the strength of Indian engineering, because somewhere I think it has gone down drastically. Like, if supposingly if I just ask you that you get your car to me, and if I ask you, do you want me to put a local part or an imported part? The term local or automatically induces kind of a cheap, substandard, second grade product as compared to something which is imported. But in reality, we are the one manufacturing everything and sending it out. So
Right.
they are just branding it. So we are just playing behind. So right now the thing is we are very good at manufacturing because we take a certain design, we have all the skills and ability. It's much easier. You don't have to crack your brain and manufacture it in one go. But what is the reason we are not good in design is because there are multiple reasons for it. But I would say that the formal approach towards engineering in India is quite not right. And that is the reason why we have people who know each and everything from an engineering book but cannot apply it even once 1% of it to build something. And that's not how it is. The major how I look at it is basically engineering is it's not a developed skill. It's something which you're born with it. Basically, if you notice that anybody who's remotely a good engineer or who likes all of this, you will see that that person has a keen interest of opening things or just an
Mm-hmm.
inquisitive mind. Or since a child, you would see him that this guy just breaks toys. It likes to open up and see what it is. So that mind, like it's sort of like an artist mind. Like you people are born artists, right? Even if you go
Right.
to a art school and do a course, you'll be good. But so in India, we don't have that. It's sort of like engineering is has a very different. It's in a different limelight altogether. That I feel that is the issue.
Right. And what do you think causes this lack of, I'd say resources? What do you say? Like, what do you think is lacking here in India? What do you think causes
Is the
this?
it's the teaching, is the approach, it's the importance. See, when people need to understand that when a person joins an engineering college, what the college is trying to impart or is a critical thinking. They are not trying to tell you that these are the 10 laws which you need to by heart and these are going to be applicable everywhere. No, that is a very wrong approach. What they're imparting is critical thinking. Like, these are 10 of them. This is what they mean, and this is where they can be utilized. That thinking is upon you. There is no university in which you can go doors and you are out building race cars.
Right.
People have this, like, most of the students go with an expectation that, I went to a college, I did not learn anything about cars, but they taught me all the other stuff. It's not like that. It's basically, building a car is like forming a sentence. In order to form a sentence, you need to know all the alphabet, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
and in this, and it is not necessary that you're going to use all the alphabets in the sentence,
Right. Yeah.
but you need to know them. You need to at least have an idea of them. Similarly is with engineering. So when you're talking about building any product or anything, so you need to know all the basics. It's not that, I'm not interested in this particular bit where this is going to be related to cars. Things don't work like that. And the major reason is also because the teaching is kind of not in that manner. It's more sort of exams, solutions. Like, most of the students who I see are just who there is no keen interest of engineering. It's sort of like, let's just finish it and get the degree. And that is the major problem. That is the reason why everything else is kind of broken. Because when you don't have critical thinking, you cannot solve such problems and you cannot develop such designs or technologies. And that has a cascading effect. That is why we as a country are nowhere in motorsports at an international
Right.
level. Like, we are doing our bit and we have got massive talent, but we are not there. We are not up there. Only because it's not that we don't have the talent or the resources. It's just that we are far behind. Like, we have just, because of our uh, like, I would say, our teaching pattern and just the overall atmosphere around engineering, we are falling behind.
Right. Yeah. And that's just going to be my next question. Do you think all this is affecting the Indian motorsport? And I mean, yeah, I
Of
kind of
course,
agree with what you
I
said.
mean, of course, I mean, how will it not affect Indian motorsports?
Exactly.
Like, every engineering college has their competition, the Formula students or the Maha competition. Okay, the whole point of that competition is how to build a car or how to go about it. I have 90% of the students who are there in those colleges start off with something which already people have done. There is no critical thinking again. There is no research. There is no approach towards that issue. अच्छा, ये हार्ड पॉइंट्स है, ये हार्ड पॉइंट से चलता है, वो टीम ने वैसा यूज किया है, so we'll also go with something like this. That's not how things work. That is why we are still at nowhere as compared to international Formula student teams. Because we go for high tech stuff, but forget the basics. Like, essentially,
Right.
sometimes a complicated things are not always going to work. And a classic example for that is, again, German cars versus Japanese cars. Like, if you take Toyota, they are
Mm-hmm.
why they are so reliable and why they are so bulletproof is because they are so basic, less complicated. They're just working on, the person who has designed it or worked on it at so good control or so good control and knowledge over basics, that what the vehicle is going to do, what it wants it to be done, that the way he has designed it, that has been the result of success.
Right. Yeah. I absolutely agree
So
there on the JDM part.
yeah, so in a way, FSC students also, if they are not learning anything, how will they get into motorsport, or how will they?
Right.
And also, major part also about this is the curriculum. It's far behind as compared to what the industry needs. So the thing is that there are almost 10 lakh students every year in engineering, and only 7% get jobs. Because, and the biggest gap, what even a manufacturer, I mean, an employer will always tell you, is that what they're learning and what we want, there is a big gap.
Right. Yeah.
if a student has never worked on 3D scanners and advanced equipments, what is he going to do in a company which utilizes those for their processes? You
Right.
get my point?
Makes sense.
So
Yeah, it makes
that is
sense.
the issue. So it is
Yeah,
affecting.
that's yeah,
And
it's
I
a
don't have to
pretty
say
sad
also,
truth.
yeah, it is. We don't have to look at just motorsport. Look at the entire automotive industry. Which cars, like amazing cars, do we have as compared on international level?
I mean, we are famous for the world's cheapest car. That's about it.
That's good. That is very good. See, that is again Mr. Ratan Tata's absolute achievement in that. And
Yeah,
the idea and the thought behind it was brilliant. And the cars are still working, mind
yeah, they're
you.
still
The
working.
cars
Yeah,
are still working, and people still use it. Is because basics so reliable, so good. Everybody like that. But on a motorsport front or on a fast car, like why don't we have something like a 5 series and sort of Indian version, you know,
right.
or
Yeah,
sort of like a hot sport hatch. You're getting my point. It's not that we do not have the market or such. If we didn't have the market, we wouldn't buy those kind of cars.
right. Yeah,
It's just that, and it is going to take time to prove Indian engineering prowess for actually people to shift their judgment towards buying Indian cars. You know, like proper performance oriented Indian cars.
right. Yeah. So I
That's
guess
what I
that
think.
leads me on. That leads me on to my next question. I mean, I know like what DNO Motorsports is planning to do, but can you give us a little background of like how DNO started, or what goals did you have in mind when you did start?
Uh, See, as everybody who probably is today in the automotive industry, I was again one of the same where they used to modify at my time Zens and Honda Cities and Balinos, and I myself had a Gypsy. I had a keen interest in automotive, like 95% of people right now who are watching this, and I wanted to modify my uh, Gypsy. I wanted to make it fast, and I tried every possible thing. Where I met a couple of various guys, various tuners, and the whole thing was I lost a lot of money and never yielded anything. And that
Right.
kind of made me realize that we do not have the knowledge to do that, because when you say performance or when you say performance modification, it's sort of like a specialization,
Mm-hmm.
so in order to be specialized you need to know basics of cars, like how you need to be an MBBS, and then you can do your specialization in whatever you wish to do, but that is the bare basic.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the major thing which I found was not there, and which caused uh, I think that is the major issue, I would say. Yeah.
So you started DNO because you couldn't find adequately good,
Yeah,
tuners.
I couldn't find all of that, so then I just I went abroad. I started studying. I studied in University of Sussex, where I did my automotive engineering. Then after that, I was still not happy, and I didn't want to do masters for 2 years. So then I again went to Australia, and I did my motorsport technology, and that was sort of a more specialized course into what I wanted to do, and what taught me a lot of things. And in between all of this, I took a lot of experience with various racing teams, working in pit crews, working on the racetrack. So in and around being with a lot of people, I knew that my ultimate goal was to come back and utilize this, because I mean we are big big land with big people. I personally don't think that so many of us can't come up with a good car. We have a lot of talent. It's just that there is no proper way. to do that. Like, if,
Right.
there is no proper platform where people could come and do it. So when I came down, my initial goal was that only, to get into motorsport and have a workshop set up. But you can't start building products in the first go, because we did not start off as a with big funds. It's all step by step, slowly. Like, even when I was in studying and I used to come back from my vacation, I used to work,
Mm-hmm.
I used to build exhaust systems for my friends. Like, I used to just take their cars and just build it along with
Right.
fabricators in Mumbai. And quite a lot of projects I did like that, from a very small shed, you can say. And there was and how I met these guys also was, I personally went to make my bike exhaust. Like, I had a design, and I'd just come down for a vacation, and I put the exhaust I wanted to make. So I found these guys, Mark Performance Racing, and really liked their craftsmanship. And then started building exhaust system for my friends. That's how I slowly came up to a level where we opened up a big workshop along with the founder. And That's how it started. I mean, we wanted to build performance stuff, but we did not have the money. So we started off as a basic, how you service cars, you take care, you
Right.
do all sort of all work. So we took all cars, we did all sort of work. We did from making exhaust system, headers, tunes, setting up cars, everything possible. We did that, and that is the goal. And slowly, we developed, we built, and now we have stopped our mechanical division, and now we only focus on major projects. Where the mechanical section, now we have outsourced it to another team, which is also sort of a upcoming, like how we are into engineering, they are into automotive diagnostics, but sort of,
Oh,
you can
that's
say,
fascinating.
new age automotive diagnostic. Not just the ones with basic scanners. These are the guys who work with oscilloscopes, understand waveforms, have 20 plus experience in electrical diagnosis. So we are also they are also slowly trying to establish themselves into this whole car service game, and we are also slowly establishing with our projects into this industry, because it's not going to be an overnight process.
Right.
There are going to be a lot of projects which is going to establish my company's reliability. So as we are going, we are doing projects, and that's how the company came up to be.
Right. So, can you tell me a little about how D&O Motorsports is setting itself apart from the rest of the competition? Like, what is different about D&O?
So we don't import any performance parts, or so we rely solely on a complete customized and engineered workshop, where we build whatever you can dream. Like, for example, in that we had done a project for Netflix, AK versus AK, where we built a GL 350, which drives all the way from top as a stunt car. So the entire
Right.
controls were shifted on the car. We used a PlayStation joystick, the G29 steering wheel, and controlled the entire vehicle with that. So vehicles, like, we are interested in projects like that. We are interested in, now we are building two drift cars, which are professional drift cars with KS Motorsports. They are LS. They have everything. They are proper pro drift cars, and along with that, they're not. We are just not plonking things in it. It also has some work done to its suspension geometry, so it sort of is a proper customized drift car, like a proper drift build, not just
Right.
parts bought from outside, fitted onto your car and done. So we are more interested in doing ground up builds, and which focus more on the vehicle dynamics part, like how a car handles, or how fast it can go around a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we will be slowly getting into the performance engine building and all of that part as well, but that comes with a lot of equipment as well. Like, you cannot be a
Right.
performance
Yeah.
engine builder and not have couple of things along with you. So slowly, we are stepping one stone at a time. Like now at least people trust engineered. Some of them
Yeah,
trust Indian-made products, and I think that is a good start. And
that's a
slowly,
very
I think
good
this would,
start.
yeah, and that is why we don't import, because we don't believe in getting parts, putting it on the car, and you know, calling that a day. That's no fun. We like to design, build everything from ground up and match to the international quality and standards which are there, with the same exact manufacturing processes, like from 3D design, 3D scan analysis, 5-axis machining, everything.
Right. I mean, I remember one of the first distinct memories that I have of getting into tuning was with the DNO motor. I think you guys did some work on an E92 or an E93 M3. It was painted in
Yes,
Boston green.
yes, yes,
So I
yes,
remember that was one of the first cars that I remember seeing and thinking
yeah,
this is something, that makes tuning worth it. I mean, I wasn't a tuning enthusiast router. I was just like buy cars,
right.
built not bought ke exact opposite wala. But
That
then I
was
saw
good. We
that
did a good exhaust system on that as well, and the paint also was very, very nice. It was a
yeah,
good looking car.
I'm planning to get that very, I was looking for that paint job, like those wraps at Avery Dennison and Hexi ke sites.
Right,
So I mean that's
right,
fascinating. I mean I've come a complete circle in my whole tuning storyline. Like from the start, I started with DNO Motorsports ka car, and I'm
right.
glad that this whole circle thingy has come back. So yeah, that's fascinating. I've looked at
Well,
some of your other projects as well, and I mean I did just like to put this out there for the people that everything that DNO Motorsports does is completely in-house and one of one. I don't think there are any repeated products or anything that you've shipped from outside, right?
yeah, no, we don't. And when we do one specialized project for one person, we tend to keep that build just for that person. We don't like to make it sort of a thing where we want to sell it. The key
Yeah,
right now is not selling. The key right now is to establishing. So in that sense, we work very closely with the clients to understand what they want or what their mindset is in terms of requirement of the product, and build it according to that.
right. And I mean, I think you are the one who has designed those aero discs for Diana Donna's Mustang, right?
Yeah. That was all. That was a very good project because there was a lot of feedback from the owners, like Neil
Mm-hmm.
and Akash.
Yeah,
I mean, they had perfectly in their mind what they wanted. And it was sort of like a perfect coordination where we could share the ideas, where he said that, no, this is something specific I want. It was his trust and faith, most importantly, to hand over the car for that long period. But I think it was overall a very good project, because it's a victory for what we can make here, you know and it's the ideas are, and the possibilities are limitless. The only thing limiting right now is, I would say, the equipment. But slowly,
right.
as that sorts out, I think sky will be the limit in terms of making. There is no, I don't see why not we can build a very fast supercar or a hypercar from our country.
All right. So, like in line with this, what do you think is like the response from like the general Indian public as a whole, like to locally built products? Like, I mean, instead of suppose an Armitrix exhaust system, how about like a DNO motorsport system? How do you think the Indian public reacts to that?
See, to be very honest, that is completely upon client requirement and what they want. In some cases, let's just say somebody has seen a Matrix video, and that is something they have fallen in love with. That is what they want. There is no there
Mm-hmm.
is no. It's sort of like the requirement. But let's just say there's one person who has gone through a lot of videos on YouTube, but he's just not liking any sound. He
Right.
just wants something, like he has something in his mind. He's like, I wanted to have this kind of this thing. Or some person who has searched all the exhaust system not available for his car, or some of them who want a even better version of the exhaust system. Like, for example, what you can buy for Armitrix, we give titanium options in that. So inherently, we give a better material for that price, and then there is no competition in terms of that,
Right.
because the material itself is titanium and it's going to save weight. But so we have a lot of varieties and options, and plus on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, the customizability option and the support which we offer, like we provide lifetime warranty on the exhaust system. So any issue, anytime, we are always there to sort that out for you. Be it replacing the entire system or making anything.
Right. That seems really fascinating, man. So I mean, it's really great to see this, the recognition of locally made and locally sourced parts that's
Yeah,
coming
of
up,
course,
and it's
that is good, and I think it's more. I would say the most for people who need to be thanked for this is the clients who trust you, and who I detest the most is the people who are against Indian products for no rhyme or reason.
right, right.
You know, because the problem is, let's just say people say that Armitrix exhaust is tested on 500 cars. Your exhaust is
Mm-hmm.
not tested on even 5 cars.
Right.
To that, the reply only would be that Armitrix did not become an exhaust company out of just by selling 500. They started off locally. They started off with their people's support and grew to
Mm-hmm.
be a bigger company. If
Exactly.
if an Indian manufacturing company does not get support from the market itself, and again, we are not here to rob people. We are providing
Right.
lifetime warranty. We are providing all sorts of options, availabilities for there. So it's very transparent. Nothing is nowhere. It is there are hidden costs anywhere. So in
Mm-hmm.
that situation, there is no reason. You know,
Right.
there's no and there has been times, and I have worked with clients where we have done multiple setups. Like we have done as much as 3, 4, 5 setups of different exhausts on one car to
That's
fit the
mind blowing.
client's needs. Yeah, so because all setups sound same are different.
Right.
They can all differ in performance. They all sound different. So we can do that because we know how exhaust systems work. You're getting it, like one car making 5 different types of sound and 5 different types of throttle responses, because we know what the exhaust system each thing in
Right.
it does. So that customizability offering an import product will never give you.
And I think it's the sheer, I mean, the fact that you're doing everything one off one. I mean, it is catered, it's a personal catering. So you have like infinite level of customization, and it's basically
Yeah,
tailor made to what you need and what you want. So I mean, it's
exactly.
just the levels of precisions and the levels of, the customizations that you get, it's just unmatchable. Like I
Right.
don't think a branded exhaust would cater to your needs as much as like a
No,
personally made
yeah, because
would.
see, it is very simple. If it is a brand, any branded or off the shelf product, firstly, is designed keeping in mind it should be liked by everybody,
Everybody,
and
right?
and it should have a basic baseline good performance, not something aggressive, not something this thing, because you don't know how cars all over the world are designed. So me, if today, if
Design,
you
yeah.
ask me also that if I have to design an exhaust system for a car which has to be fitted on 500 cars, I would design a very conservative system,
Mm-hmm.
keeping in mind what all are the possibilities.
Right.
In our case, where you're going for customized product, you know what you want, and sometimes what happens is, in that price what you're going to buy from outside, we can offer you
Mm-hmm.
two systems, where one is your
Right.
city setup and one is your race setup. You get my point. So that is the kind of
Yeah.
things what we want to offer, and that's with almost every product.
I think this seems to be like a much more fascinating concept. And the fact that people are, missing out on this because of one very inconsequential hitch in their mind is just, I mean, I'm glad that there's someone who's realized this and who's working on a change of this. I'm really glad that DNO is working towards this. That's really
No,
fascinating.
absolutely, absolutely, and I think it is amazing creating such projects and showing the skills. It's always good to prove people who think Indian engineering can't be, and Indian people only who think that Indian engineering can never have that kind of level and status, them wrong. It's always a
Right.
pleasure, I would say. And yeah, that is the goal for this lifetime, I would say. That step by step,
So,
you'll see the products, you'll see the full builds, I would say, getting built,
mhm.
and that would be good. Like when it puts down some numbers, it's going to be something good.
Right. So, are there some builds or some projects that you can, tell us about something that's fascinating or something that you just like to, share?
Uh, there are couple of builds, but one of the most fascinating ones which we are working on is on a nano. Is complete on vehicle dynamics. Like the complete suspension geometry is custom. Like nothing from the stock car, nothing
Right.
at all. Right? From the knuckles to the everything is customized, and the geometry itself is such that we are focusing on good lap times and making it
Mm-hmm.
a very very fun car to drive. A very fun car to drive. So we are in works of that. But we are more see. It's not sort of one of those projects where we take an engine, plonk it at the back, weld anything together, and get parts from this car, that car, put it and run.
Right.
It's all designed, it's all engineered. It's like by the end of the project, if somebody asks like what is how reliable or how uh, good the vehicle is, we'll have enough. Like we can hand him a book of how
I
much
think that's
work the car,
fascinating.
yeah, the car, and that is what we want to showcase. That and why I do all of these basic projects is because I like to show the most important crowd for me right now is the Indian engineers who want to work in this industry but don't know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who is at that level right now needs to understand that wherever he is right now, in order to make anywhere in the motorsport industry in India, they require at least 2 years of gaining experience on ground,
Right.
like building things, this thing. And I search for such engineers where I give them the opportunity, seeing how crazy they are. Because I'm a crazy person, I work 24 hours. I have my own house in the factory itself where I live with my dog most of the time. So, we require people who are 100% dedicated because we are sort of like on a mission. It's not sort of like a business as such.
Right.
Because I believe that money will come. First, the skills need to be established.
Established. Right. Yeah. Completely makes sense. So, can you tell us a little about the engineers, the interns that you hire? I mean, I
Right.
wouldn't say hire, recruit. What do you like? What qualities do you look for? What is your main contender list for that?
The most important quality for me is tenacity. Like how um dedicated you are and how crazy you are towards one work. I do not like people who are here to clock times. I like people who are here to
Right.
learn. Like understand one thing, that if tomorrow somebody gives somebody gives you a book to read, it is upon you to read it,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can just give you a book, but at the end of the day, you have to read it, you have to understand it, you have to apply it. So when
Makes
we are
sense.
like all in our team, like for example, when we buy a 3D print, like when I bought a 3D printer, uh, when first I think 4 to 5 days, the boys were just busy optimizing.
Right.
You get my point. I do not want people who are
Mm-hmm.
just going to use it. I want people who are going to optimize it, who understand stuff, who
Yeah.
want to make it better on their own. I didn't tell them to do that. Like that is basic. Like you require that skill. And um, anybody who wants to get into this, I would say the first start would be learning SolidWorks or any 3D software program. That
Right.
is the baseline. Like if you can do that, if you have the willingness to learn and be a master, only then you can last in the
Mm-hmm.
automotive community. I'm like straight up.
Right.
I had one person, whose name is Shantanu. He's from Nashik as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, I had met him when I started my workshop, and we had done a couple of our projects and everything, and he had messaged me on Instagram that, I'm really interested. I want to, and what should I do, or how should I do? He's not even done. He's done his engineering, but not really. Not much place where you can learn a lot. So
Right.
so after 1 year he met me. After me having this conversation on Instagram, he came to Bombay especially to meet me, and he was good with SolidWorks. He showed me all of his drawings, what he's up to. He learned also one more software, and that is extremely commendable, because even though he has learned much more. Like now he, because of the software which he has learned, we design parts on cars. He did 3D prints them. He knows how to optimize a 3D printer. Like quite a lot of
Right.
things he has learned now, from 3D
That's
scanning,
great.
working on different models, a lot. So we require people like that who are extremely dedicated. And if you are
Right.
extremely dedicated and willing to put in work, then this industry is very good for you, because sky is the limit. And I
Mm-hmm.
would say
Makes
that
sense. Yeah.
it's a very interesting path. Like, I require people who are not here for the money, because we don't earn money. To be very honest, as a company, we don't earn that much money, because whatever we get, we utilize that in making other things.
Right. Yeah.
Because right now our goal is to showcase our technical prowess. Components, one components are not our technical prowess. Technical prowess would be a complete product, like a complete vehicle built ground up. And to reach over there, it's a journey.
I think that's something that's really unique. I don't think there's any other company that prioritizes this over the fact that how much capital they're bringing in. So
No,
I
because
think this.
that is
Yeah, go
very
on.
true, because, and if I do business, uh, it will not work.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make custom exhaust and charge them at a premium exhaust price. That would not
Right.
work. Until and unless I have sold more than 500 exhausts, 1,000 exhausts, I have done some radical builds, I build race cars, then I can probably ask for that, because I have the reputation for that.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, it is not possible.
Right. I mean that makes total sense. I mean, it's better, in fact, that the fact that you're prioritizing I'd say the generalized growth of the industry rather than your personal gains or your personal capital that you have. I think it's incredibly selfless, and I don't think there's anybody else who'll be willing to do that. I mean, forget the fact that if anyone has been doing that, I don't think many people are, in fact, even willing to,
See, like
give
I
this up
told
for
you,
that.
why? Yeah, see, like I told you, it's because of the passion, it's because of the goal. I
Right.
myself had a CLS 63 AMG, but I sold it because I needed the money to put it into my company. It's more sort of, that is luxury, this is goal. So you get my
Right.
point. Like, it was
Mm-hmm.
important to focus and dedicate yourself, and that is what I. The whole point of sharing all of this is because, so that anybody who wants to join or who is looking forward to work in this industry understand that there are how much, what kind of focus and dedication you require. That you
Mm-hmm.
have to
Makes
be
sense.
willing to give up everything. Time is not the key. You only need to be hungry to learn. That's it. And I think the available knowledge is, throughout the world, is a lot. A person can learn by himself only if he's dedicated enough, like completely. With little bit of help, I think he could do wonders. And that is what I seek from, like, most of the people who are working with me. They don't work for
Right.
me; they work with me. That would be the
With
right way to say.
another really great concept that you have. I mean,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, I
sure
don't.
the people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
go
don't
on.
work in an atmosphere where it is sort of not like sir and boss and all. It is sort of
Mm-hmm.
like a friendly atmosphere where this is the goal. We all work towards the company,
Right.
and not sort of, not have any issues like that.
I mean, I'm sure the people who are viewing this have been through, I mean, they just heard your entire story from like how this idea, like how this conceptualization happened to where you are right now and to what your goals are. And I personally think that it's absolutely, I mean, out of this world. I don't think I mean, I'm running out of words to say, at this point that it's really such a good concept. I mean, it's the pure passion that you have for cars that's fueling this. And I mean, I just have to say that there's this innate amount of respect that I have for you for this.
No, I think it's more than having it for me or anything. Just understand, like, that is what I want to. All of these feelings, what we have or what anybody
Mm-hmm.
has from this, utilize that to achieve something. Like,
So,
for me, as it makes, till a product is not built and performed and stood its test internationally, it's not yet a
mm-hmm.
victory. We are moving from there. So it is, we rejoice small things too much.
Right.
That is why I do not like to hoot my horns after every project. It's just a project. Like, I look at internationally, and I always humble myself that we are so behind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's step by step. But so yeah, it is anybody, and it's not only like people from the automotive industry. We also require people who are good with their business administration, or who have business ideas, or who, we always encourage ideas as well. So it's sort of like an
Right.
open platform where your ideas are always nurtured. It's not necessary that you have to be an engineer to be that. There are people who are from the marketing one. We do a lot of stuff where they can utilize our content and build upon that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of varieties where we help everybody because we are all in the same boat.
Right.
So only if we help each other out, it's going to be possible to reach that goal. And I think everybody wants that. Like, everybody wants Indian built race cars, be it in Le Mans, be it in GT3, be it
Yeah.
anywhere, because that will be the goal. That will be the goal. Because then the circle gets completed. Anybody who is born in India and wants to be a motorsport engineer, he has a goal. Like, मुझे
Right.
वो team में काम करना है, or I want to be a
Mm-hmm.
part of that team. I want to build race cars like that. Right now, we do not have anything to look towards. So that kind of makes the vision hazy.
Right.
Scope नहीं दिखता है.
Right. It makes a lot of sense. It's really great. I'm glad that we've had the opportunity to have this conversation with you and introduce to people what TNO is doing and what's going wrong with the automotive community. Like, not everyone, but like mostly जो एक stigma है India में. I'm glad that this is coming to light and there are people acting on this. And I just have to say, man, it's been really amazing. And I think
It was a pleasure as well.
Yeah, it was our pleasure hosting you today. And I think that should be about it. I mean, I honestly think that we've had we can't, possibly quantify the whole magnitude of this topic in one video, but I think this about gives an idea to people ki kya hai, kya nahi hai, and what's all there. And
right.
So, I mean, it's just amazing. I keep saying this, but that's honestly all I'm feeling right now.
I'm glad.
It's just, I mean, there's no competition for having, a custom-made product for yourself. Like, it's tailor-made for your car. Or like any other service that you have, it's tailor-made for you. And I think there's nothing that can, match the level of precision, the level of comfort, the level of customization that offers. And I mean, I'd recommend everyone that's watching this to either, check out their Instagram page, or we're also working on a lot of other things with them. So, just stay tuned and look for DNO.
There are a lot of things. Yeah, there are a lot of things which we don't upload on our Instagram page, but we will be uploading on our Facebook, because like I told you, we are a very close-knit team, and we are currently very busy working on our development of products. So we are kind of a backseat on our social media,
right?
This thing, but that is also because we right now we are only looking for word of mouth kind of approach towards business, because that is much better and working for us.
Mm-hmm.
That way.
Right. I mean, I like whatever streaming service or whatever platform you're watching this on, I recommend you all to just go up on Instagram and maybe Facebook and just check out DNO Motorsports if you're a petrolhead. I mean, which you are if you're watching this. So just have a look and just try to figure out कि ये सब in-house हुआ है. It's all made with like a couple of team of engineers. And it's much better, it's much cheaper, and it's much more cheap as in price wise specifically. I mean, it's better quality, it's more customized to you, and it's all made locally and in-house. And isn't that just like fascinating? I mean, yeah, just go on and check for yourselves if like anyone is willing to. And I guess, yeah, that's about it for today. It was amazing having you. I hope and I know that we'll have more of these opportunities with you. And yeah, I guess just show your love and support to DNO, guys. That's just it. I mean, they deserve it very much. So yeah, I mean that's about it.
Omkar Dada,
thank you for having me.
Any last words for young petrol heads and enthusiasts?
Yeah, I mean, last thing what I would say is anybody who's an engineer or who wants to get into designing or anything remotely building of race cars should just start with basic SolidWorks. If there are people who know SolidWorks and who are good with designing, they can contact us and we can work out some working project or something.